Hi, I'm Frank from the Watchdog team, and today we're taking a close look at another project that made us frown at first sight. The brand calls itself Green Art, the website is greenart.org, and the claims are glossy. Intuitive trading, NFTs, CFDs, crypto, insurance, deposit protection, and promises of professional assistance. It sounds like a one-stop fintech shop until the details start to unravel. From the moment you land on the site, something feels off. The presentation is slick, imagery is modern, and the copy speaks the comfortable language of wealth and opportunity. But polish is not proof. The first factual alarm is domain age. Greenart.org was acquired in early April 2025, which means this is an extremely recent online presence, cloaked in the trappings of a mature financial brand. A freshly minted website is not automatically bad. But when a new domain accompanies anonymous registration records and borrowed content, it becomes a warning sign rather than an innocent coincidence. Digging deeper, the corporate story collapses into gaps, and the site claims a founding date and an office in London's financial heart, yet public records don't support a transparent corporate footprint. The contact email uses a different domain, the phone number traces to a single mobile line, and listed corporate identifiers don't line up with the entity promoting the service. The most alarming pattern we saw is the reuse or misappropriation of legitimate corporate identifiers. An LEI code cited on the site actually belongs to a different London company. If true, that suggests the operators are borrowing real corporate data to create a veneer of legitimacy, and that is not the behaviour of firms that want to be accountable. The trading product offered is a buffet of buzzwords: CFDs, indices, commodities, NFTs, and leverage. There are account tiers that promise more benefits as you pay more, and a custom trading platform is advertised as the technological heart of the operation. But when we investigated the platform itself, the facade faltered. Charts and price data that appear on the site are visually identical to feeds from known third-party services. Yet there's no disclosure of real execution partners or liquidity providers. That leaves open the possibility that the interface is a front, an attractive dashboard that displays market data but does not guarantee real order routing to bona fide exchanges. In plain language, what you see may look like trading but could easily be simulated or manually controlled behind the scenes. Money movement is where the tiny details become major hazards. Deposit methods are broadly listed: bank transfers, cards, crypto wallets, e-payment services, with tantalizing language about transfer limits and insurance, but specific contractual figures and the legal framework for that insurance are not provided. The client cabinet, the place where users should see clear transaction histories, reportedly shows inconsistencies. Deposits sometimes fail to appear correctly, and withdrawal requests are met with new documentary requirements that crop up only at the moment of exit. The typical playbook is on display: make deposit frictionless, build confidence with partial withdrawals, then create a sequence of barriers when a client tries to withdraw a substantial sum. There is also a privacy and data risk to consider. Registration is unusually light at first, engineered to lower the barrier to entry. Little personal information, an easy sign-up flow. Then, at the moment of verification or withdrawal, the firm asks for exhaustive documentation, including SWIFT confirmations that reveal full banking chains and account metadata. That's not just invasive. Handing over detailed banking routes to an unverified operator could expose customers to identity fraud, account spoofing, or illicit use of their financial trail. Responsible brokers balance security with privacy. They do due diligence in ways that do not create excessive vulnerability for clients. User stories that have surfaced on independent forums and social platforms echo the same theme. People talk about convincing calls from account managers, small initial withdrawals that create trust, then pressure to deposit more, and increasingly creative reasons to withhold larger withdrawals. New verification hoops, taxes, activation fees, insurance premiums. Once the client resists, the tone changes. Messages go unanswered, contact numbers go dead, and the account slips into a technical limbo. We do not relish repeating frightened testimonials, but patterns matter. Similar complaints across different users point to a systemic problem rather than isolated misunderstandings. Regulation is the cornerstone of trust in financial services. Licensed brokers disclose their regulator, provide registration numbers, appear in public registers, and submit to complaint procedures. Green Art's site lacks verifiable regulatory credentials. It lists an address and a contact line, but does not provide the kind of registration details you can cross-check with an independent authority. Operating in the shadow of regulation or misrepresenting regulatory ties leaves clients without a safety net. When disputes arise, an absence of oversight means complaints typically go nowhere, and the chance of recovering funds diminishes dramatically. So what is the sensible takeaway? Treat this project with caution, bordering on avoidance. The combination of a new domain, ambiguous corporate data, potential misuse of a legitimate company's identifiers, opaque execution infrastructure, and troubling withdrawal practices creates a high-risk scenario. If you've seen the glossy marketing and feel tempted, stop and verify. Ask for the entity's registration number, demand the name of the legal operating company, and check that license with the regulator directly. Ask which liquidity providers handle your orders, and insist on seeing audited custody arrangements for client funds. If an operator is reluctant to provide such basic evidence, that reluctance is itself evidence. If you or someone you know has already funded an account with this firm, act fast. Preserve all correspondence, screenshots, payment receipts, and chat logs. Contact the payment provider to discuss chargeback options for card payments, and notify your bank if you used a bank transfer. Report the case to local law enforcement and to consumer protection bodies in your jurisdiction. There are specialist services and legal teams that help victims of fraudulent trading sites, and early action improves the chance of recovery. Emotions matter here. It's easy to be seduced by promises of fast returns and by the reassuring voices of people who say they'll manage everything for you. But urgency and polished presentation are persuasive tools, not guarantees. The real guarantee is paperwork, public records, and verifiable regulation, and that's where your safety lies. Green Art may be the cheapest, slickest, or boldest trading pitch of the year, but cheap and bold are not substitutes for legal and transparent. Protecting your capital begins with skepticism, not optimism. If you value your savings and your peace of mind, choose counterparties that willingly meet scrutiny and can stand up to independent checks. Give your trust only to institutions that earn it with disclosure, not those that try to buy it with showy promises. Lost money with a broker? Find out how to get it back. Contact us at Watchdog Online, proton.me, and leave your name and phone number so we can get back to you. The Watchdog Online team stands guard over your safety. Together we will make the internet better.